What is she gonna say? I mean, hope it's yes. I've been waiting a long time for this. Hey there, Latte. I know it's been a really long time. Gotta say, maybe close to 19 years. It's been a long run, huh? And I wanted to know, would you do me the honor? You will? She said yes. Hey everybody, welcome to another Tech Digest video. Hope you found that cringeworthy and funny. So yeah, we got a whole lot of updates going on here. One of the things that we're going to be doing is installing this Adapt Lab restrictor that goes into the thermostat housing. So essentially that will go into this part here, which then sits right in here, and it helps basically restrict the coolant that flows up into this water neck and this whole assembly here, and allows it to push through faster and cool down quicker. This car is going to be limited on how much it can actually transfer heat because, you know, we have a relatively small radiator and small fan. Currently, my friend Austin, who did my headers, he did fuel lines, he did the whole fuel setup in the back. He is doing an expansion tank here, custom one. I had one from Canton Racing, which will be going up for sale, but it doesn't fit right. So that's one of many things we got going on here. So like, this doesn't fit, doesn't sit right, and I'm not really trying to like cut any of this. So and another thing, of course, is the intake. So got this little cheap filter thing here, got some vibrant couplers to go into the headlight intake. I know, looks really weird. We're gonna have tons of discussion, I'm sure, in the comments on whether or not this is an appropriate route, but it is what it is at this point, right? So it's gonna flow through as good as it will. It's a lot better than, I think, having just like a filter laying around here, and I am getting limited by space the more I put all these accessories on. So yeah, let's get to fixing this thing. So one more thing is that the way this sits is kind of like this right here, and this black MPT fitting used to be a nipple, but somehow I lost that nipple. So I just drilled in a new one. Well, I drilled this in so I can put a new AN fitting and have a line up to the expansion tank. And yeah, we got a lot of things to do here, but let me knock this out and install it. So one thing we have here that's incorrect. Is this O-ring. I bought like a pack that seemed to be the correct size on Amazon, but the outer diameter is just way too big. So we got the correct part number. This is this right here. Thank you, toyodiy.com. That's how I reference all my parts. So that'll go back on here. Now with this part, it says it has to get punched in with a hammer, so I'm going to use a little mallet. A rubber one. Oh, that's a little fun there. Almost. I think we're seated pretty good on there. All right, so we got a little gasket right there, Felpro. So you're probably wondering how that even came off. You know, you kind of loosen it up, and you gotta just hit it with a rubber mallet, because this usually is pretty corroded. I'm going to put a little bit of RTV on the base of the neck itself. That way it's extra sealed. That's just kind of how it was. So I think I'll just actually lay it in right here, so when it goes in, it's sealed up and we don't have any issues in the future. So there you have it. It's on. A little concerned about this over here. When I took it out, it was all gunked up with some RTV silicone. As you saw, I put some silicone to kind of like hold that gasket in place while I installed it. Don't mind this. I have wiring coming in soon. But yeah, it's on there nice and stuck the way it's supposed to be. So should see some benefits there. Now let's get to the radiator and what I've done. So if you notice, no more hood latch. We cut this as good as we could. I'm gonna probably put like a little rubber strip there like I have on the other side to prevent myself from getting cut. But I do have everything set up to go in. Only thing I'm left to do is drill some holes here for the brackets, but you know, it's better you guys see it so you understand what I'm talking about. All right, so here we have it. It's a Northern Radiator, Sirocco style radiator. I got this cheap shroud off of eBay. Not really the best fitment. I had to do a lot of drilling and cutting. I got this bracket set off of Jegs. So yeah, it's kind of, I mean, if it makes it sound fancier, it's custom now. So the way this is supposed to work is you attach this to the radiator, then you run a rod through the whole thing. But this was meant for a larger radiator, so we use these tabs here. And basically what I'll do now is grab my now useful 15, take off my hood prop, press that up here against these beautiful JSP hood spacers. So I need the hood spacers. Sorry to go on a tangent, because it was not allowing clearance for that filter, which I still actually might have to make a little cut there. And also I just wanted to make sure I had enough clearance for whatever I was going to do with the expansion tank setup. And also it should essentially help evacuate some air. I don't have like one of those racing type hoods with a vent, so I might put a vent by myself at some point in the future. But right now the focus is just finishing the cooling system, mounting the oil cooler, and also getting some hood pins. So part of what I wanted to do is have the radiator set up to be modular with this this piece right here with the radiator support. So essentially, if I'm at the track, I could just remove these bolts, pick up this radiator support, and have the entire radiator attached to it. So let's put that back here, this very flimsy old metal. Still got some cleaning to do. It's very dirty in here. Don't mind these screws. These were just self-tappers I used to get the job done for now, but you know, whatever works. Me and my brother made some really cool brackets out of some aluminum tabs, and they do the job. So basically it'll fit something like that. Then I should have taken these out, just put them in my pocket, but I hate to lose things like this. This will go on top, and voila, more or less got what we need. Now the next step is to really make this secure, is to add a little bracket here. So I actually have a little piece of box tube. I'm gonna drill into this bracket, and then drill another bolt over here, and then it should all just stay solid in there. Also notice I got a 0 psi pressure cap, because the way it's going to work is off of this hose you'll have a line going up to the expansion tank up top. Then on the bottom hose, I'm sorry, you'll actually have the hose up here route over here to this AN fitting, and then on the bottom you'll have this hose go to the bottom of the expansion tank. Then the expansion tank has its own radiator overflow thingy, so I'll put that over here. I should actually have it somewhere around here. Nope, actually this is the really cool radium oil catch can. So I think I'm gonna mount it somewhere around here, something like that. Maybe having these spacers allowed me to do that, so I can kind of line it up with the windshield wiper motor. So where is that extra part? There we go. So this is my part of junk here that I've been using. So here's my expansion tank. Josh Roku, if you guys know him on Instagram, he has an F20C powered 8.6 and a 1UZ powered 8.6. He kind of uses a similar setup, so I think I'm just gonna have this like drilled into here and run the line of across here for the overflow. So yeah, let me get my bracket work started and we'll see how it goes. All right, so here's my very ugly bracket, but it's fairly stiff for what it is. This is my Chase Bay's oil cooler. I got some 90-degree fittings down here, so I'm trying to get those to line up, going through this hole right here, and then we will connect it over to the whole oil filter relocation kit that I have in a box somewhere. But yeah, this is what we're going to be working with. Eventually I want to box this out, so get some aluminum sheets, get this all enclosed. That will help airflow. Kind of like I said earlier about venting the hood, the best way to do that is to create your air box and then have it have an opening somewhere around here. That way the air can escape. That will help with cooling. Yeah, I mean, obviously this is not the most hardcore and ideal setup, but I'm trying to go for what's efficient for my skill level and what I can afford. So I'm gonna do some L brackets here, front and back, have this whole cage be one unit if needed. I was thinking of trying to relocate the oil cooler somewhere else, but I wanted to have airflow, obviously, and the OEM bumper does not allow that. So, is a Workshop Takumi front bumper in the future? I'm not sure. But I would like to keep this OEM front bumper for now, and yeah, go from there. So, right now, my main thing that I'm waiting for is the wiring harness from my wire shop. So that's being worked on right now for the FT350 Fuel Tech ECU. That was a special project. Not a lot of people are getting my wire shop to do these ECUs, you know, to get them wired up. Mostly I believe it's Link, Max ECU, and a few others. But yeah, it should be here any day now. And once I do that, I'll have to remove the intake manifold and put new gaskets, get the starter wire done along with the alternator, and yeah, we should be pretty close to getting her started up. So next video, I will work on the oil cooler, getting those lines done, and have a few other pieces here to get the right radiator hoses, but I'm waiting for the expansion tank to be finished by my friend Austin. He does amazing work, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, that's the mini update here. So hope you guys enjoyed it. I'd like to hear some feedback, so if you got any ideas on how I could do any of this stuff better, I appreciate it. But thanks again for watching. Peace.